Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Soccer Over There. I hope you all have been enjoying cup dates and all of the other fun stuff that the SDH universe has been providing. I'm sorry, I had to take a vacation. It was one of those things where there would be like legal jeopardy for me if I did not take the vacation, so I did what I had to do. Before we get started with anything, happy birthday to John. You are number one. We don't know what we would do without your horrific takes on Brunswick stew. Yay! All right, happy birthday, John. How you doing, sir?
172 years old. Thank you for asking.
Hey, there we go. Well, you don't look a day over 95, so...
Atta boy. Thank you, Luther.
You just keep trucking. We are also joined, as always, by the soccer godfather himself, Mr. Jason.
Godfather.
The Godfather.
Yeah, I'm just busy trying to take a fire extinguisher to my mentions.
Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I guess I've become a
How's it going?
flame magnet lately. Well, now we're into the black helicopter theories. It's beyond the part that, I don't know anything about soccer for thinking that was a penalty on the second penalty for the United States today in the women's World Cup. Now we're down to black helicopters, and it's about revenue, and there would be a game of PKs, and if the United States is not in the World Cup anymore, then FIFA would lose money. What was 2018 all about? Wasn't there a goal that actually wasn't a goal that put Panama into the World Cup instead of the United States? And, where were the black helicopters?
Wait, hold on, Jason. Jason, I think there was a problem with my audio. Did you say Panama and not the United States?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. I just had to check and make sure that my fiber connection here was operating as specified. That you said Panama and not the United States.
And it wasn't even a goal, but just saying.
It is what it is. Look, what I've discovered with this, and I'm going to provide you a little bit of air cover. And we have this problem, and you see it really with the NFL, and now it's making its way into soccer, where people have an idea of what they want, right? Like, I want this particular result, I want this particular outcome, whatever, and this one thing is keeping me from it. And in the NFL, it's the pass interference rule. We don't like it. It's horrible. You can't play defense anymore. It's subjective, blah, 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 blah. And that's fine. But it's hard to bring that into soccer when the rules are so very clearly defined. Either you're offside or you're not. By an inch, by a mile, if you're offside, you're offside. If you go to challenge in the box, and before everyone nukes my mentions, when I play soccer, as horrible as I may be, I'm a defender. And there are a couple key rules to live by as a defender. Do no harm to your team. That means you don't foul in the box. You don't do crappy back passes to the keeper if the keeper's not ready. If there's another person nearby, you don't do that. And nowadays, don't play with arms anywhere in the box at all. But not fouling in the box is pretty much within your control. Because if I foul someone in the box and there's a penalty called, I will yell and scream at the ref, oh, you're blind, you don't know what you're talking about, the person dove. In the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, I got him. And I promise you that was what was happening in the game today. That was a foul. It was a weak dive. I'm sorry. I don't think that she needed to go to the ground, but as also a master of the dark arts, a little part of me was like, yes, that's exactly what you needed to do.
Can I quibble with the terminology a bit?
Okay, please.
Because I think it's something that it gets messed up at times because you said dive, but you said she was fouled. I don't think it's a dive.
An accentuation?
Yes.
Yeah, an accentuation. Okay,
adding on.
We'll go there.
I think it's a clear distinction because when we talk dive, generally there was no contact and it's completely made up. There was contact here.
There was contact, and we will. The chair notes your distinction, counselor.
She sold the contact.
She sold the contact. And that's part of the game. But you can't sell the contact without there being actual contact. There was contact made. This isn't like the 2006 World Cup, right? Where, what was it? Was it Trezeguet who got, no one was even near him and he threw himself down into the box, right? And then France got the penalty against Italy to kick things off in the final.
Flare flop.
But yeah, it was a flare flop. But there was contact. And even though I saw that and I'm like, do I really wish that was not called a penalty? Yeah. But if I wanted a sporting type event where I got just results that made me feel good, I would go watch WWE, right? If you want to watch scripted stuff where the rules don't necessarily factor into the outcome, go watch professional wrestling. Don't be mad with VAR. Be mad, one, for all those who are angry at VAR, at the officials who are not calling the game correctly, and then VAR has to go and correct them, one. Two, don't get mad at the rules of the game. If you want the rules of the game to be changed, petition FIFA, not your social media account, okay? Because if your little echo chamber is going to be probably agreeing with you, and you're like, yeah, we of course need to change this. Why? It's the rules of the game. You can't kick somebody in the box gently, unintentionally, intentionally, and get away with it. If it happens,
I want to know how that rule would be written. That it wasn't a really hard foul, so it's not really
a gentle upsetting of the individual through a kicking motion.
Indeed. And so if you go and you watch Liga MX, right, and what constitutes a foul there, and then you go watch Ligue 1 and and what's a foul there, you know, guys, there's room for interpretation here. I get it, but that's why we have VAR, and VAR says, yeah, you need to go back and look at this because this is a foul. Ref goes back. Yep, foul, penalty, done.
Well,
and if you're mad
in this case, and that's what's interesting about this one, and this hasn't happened as much in this tournament. Referee calls the penalty. VAR chimes in and says, hey, wait a minute. Clear and obvious, yada, yada, yada. And the referee's like, are you sure? Yes. Clear and obvious, clear and obvious. Okay, I'm going to go take a look. They go take a look, and they say, not so much. I'm going to stick with what I had. Because the only thing that the VAR can be getting involved here in, and I've seen some people try to speculate that they were looking for a red card. That would have been completely harsh on this. I don't think they were. I think the VAR was saying, like, okay, it's not a penalty. And the referee said, I'll go have a look. No, I'm going to stand with my original call. Because the VAR is not making the call. It's still down to the referee. And we've seen it, I think, increasing in the tournament. That referees go take a look and they say, you know what, I'm good with the original call. I'm going to stay where I'm at here. That's an indictment for me on that video assistant referee, just like when you see an AR put the flag up delayed and they're wrong and VAR has to come in and fix it like we saw twice yesterday. That's an indictment on that AR. Today, having that go to an on-field review, that's an indictment on the video assistant referee. They messed up. They didn't do their job.
If guys, answer me this question here in the land of sarcasm. If the official makes the call correctly, is there a need for VAR?
Unless the only way there is if the referee in their mind makes the call correctly from what they saw on the field. Now, offside decisions and things like that the referee can't make, that's a different conversation altogether. But on a judgment call like this, if they're screened, if they can't see everything, and the handball in the second match today, the Sweden-Canada match, that was not called initially. And I think from one angle I saw, and it was really quick because everybody was focused in on, was it a handball or not, which is the bigger discussion. I think the referee was blocked by a Swedish player between where she was and where the handball occurred. I don't think she could see it. So that's a perfect situation where VAR gets it right and provides more information, as they should. Outside of that, if the referee makes the right call, VAR shouldn't say anything.
And if you're mad because VAR is slowing things down, if you're mad because VAR is interrupting the flow of the game, you're mad at a feeling, right? You're mad at a feeling. The things are not going the exact way you want them to. And that's okay. It's okay to be angry. Oh God, I wish this VAR review, I wish this would be faster. And that's a perfectly legitimate complaint. Please be a little more speedy with the review. Okay, we don't need like the testimony from JFK on a particular foul in the box. Oh, back into the left, back into the left, back into the left. No.
The magic loogie.
That's right. Yeah, the magic loogie. Exactly. Just all I ask for is consistency. And if I get consistency, I'm a happy camper. And I'm okay with VAR making these calls. I'm more concerned if I'm a U.S. fan, not about VAR, but the fact that it took 2 penalties to get past Spain. Spain is a rising power. I think within 4 years they're going to be a monster. Jason, you may think they're a monster now, but I'm concerned about the U.S. going into the next round. I don't necessarily think they're going to be able to get past France. Gentlemen, your take.
Let's hold that for a second and give Spain their props. I think they became a monster today. I thought they would be a monster by now in the tournament. They had been all right. They hadn't been a monster yet. They were a monster today. I thought they nailed the tactics. They found the perfect level of playing their game, which is a possession-oriented game, with dealing with this situation that they had today against a team that was faster and stronger, and they couldn't get exposed. They sat back, but they weren't sitting back to counter. They were sitting back to wait till they got their possession opportunities, and then they knocked the ball around. And then over time, they started to wear the U.S. down and start to push them backwards and create opportunities. I thought Spain stepped up and became that monster today. Now, last year, they won the U17 Euros. They won the U19 Euros. That monster is only going to get stronger going forward. But to me, this was the coming out party for Spain. They're a world power now.
John, your take.
No, in the action that I saw, normally you look at a matchup of, and all of this is going to be stereotypic terminology, underdog versus favorite. And when that underdog gets that first punch in the mouth, then you figure out it's like what you don't have a what's the saying that you don't really have a plan until you get hit in the mouth.
Yeah, that's pretty much
something
it.
Like that. Yeah. So when Spain gets hit in the mouth in tournaments past, years past, cycles past, you would have an underdog up against the United States when they get hit in the mouth that early on a moment where it's a penalty and all the emotion that's associated with it. Then it would be that moment where you would see the United States put the pedal down. Everyone's intimidated. Oh, no, here comes the big bad U.S. More goals. And then it's pretty much decided. Today, you didn't see that. You saw a Spain team take advantage of picking Becky Sauerbrun's pocket and evening the matchup, I want to say, within 4 minutes, and standing right there with the United States. And I thought that today was another example of the world getting closer to the United States as the top-ranked team in the world. And I think that Spain is another example of folks who may not have been able to see Spain get that first shot of, okay, Spain's here now. Now where they go with the youth coming through is the next step in this process. But Spain is a part of the discussion now. And for me, it was a tremendous effort by them, and what happened. It was a foul. It should have been called. It was called. It was a PK. You lose 2-1. You learn from this experience. You go forward. So I don't think Spain, you can add Spain to the list of teams that are no longer intimidated by the United States anymore.
So for tomorrow's matches, because we are not done with the round of 16 yet, we have Italy-China, Porto Azzurre, at 12 p.m., and then we have Netherlands-Japan. John?
I'm just here for Italy-China.
Oh, there we go!
I'm here for basically the Thunderdome that turns into China going, we ain't playing with Italy, so we're going to kick everybody, and Italy going, fine by us.
All right, so here's the number, because there is a supposed gathering of soccer over there tomorrow evening, and we're going to see who is correct. I need a prediction for the total number of fouls in this match between Italy and China. I've got 38.
I'll go over.
Number.
Well, see, but the thing is that by having me go...
Stop complaining. Give me a number.
Notice how we're all holding off to make John pick his own number.
Give me a number.
Yeah, because this is the
You're not playing Price is
Right.
Right. Give me a number, birthday boy.
This has gone Price is Right now.
No, I'm telling
you.
This is 43. We do this because of the way he handles predictions during the week.
Yes.
That's right. We're all smart enough now to sit back and wait for what John says.
But John
make the first
number.
move.
I said 43.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. John's 43. I will go 52.
Wow.
I'm going 52. I think the ref loses complete controls. There's going to be a red card.
Dogs and cats living together. Mass
it's
hysteria.
Be bonkers. I'm saying 52. 52.
Okay, Jarrett, what's your number?
Oh man. Give me the meaning of life. Give me a solid 42 fouls. And at least one red. And at least one scuffle where the ref, we either find out if the ref has control of this game or not, straight up.
Oh, I got the scuffle count at like 6. It's going to be ridiculous.
Neither one of these teams have ever met a foul they don't like.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Nick, we haven't heard from you about your Italians. They've been the story of the tournament in terms of surprises for me. They've been so good. But this match, they're not the underdog. They're the favorite coming in. Yep. How does that affect them?
You like that?
Well, I think everything is going to be solved in the first 5 minutes for Italy. If they can get away with a few tackles, that back line, which is very good, but I think on the outside they can be prone to making some silly challenges. I want to see what the official does early on. If the official comes in with an iron fist, one warning, one card, that could sort of change how the game is played. I think Italy has the ability to win outright if the official does that. If it turns into foul fest, which I think it's going to, then this could go into extra time, which concerns me a little bit. Because Italy, if you've been watching any of the ladies' Italian games, which you can follow AS Roma on English account, they play their women's games through Twitter. Juve, it's a little hit or miss on what you can get. Milan has been doing that as well. There's quality playing in Italy right now. And what they've been missing is funding and opportunity. And now they're receiving that. One of the great commercials that are out there right now is that if you go, it's a Hyundai commercial with Roma, and these guys are pitching Hyundai for the opportunity to meet the AS Roma team. They don't specify which team. They just say, hey, you want to meet AS Roma? Tell us why you're such a big fan. And then they put in these throwaway questions, right? Like, what do you think about women's football? You know, it's exciting. And these guys are just chauvinistic as they come. Oh, women shouldn't be involved. It's a man's sport, blah, blah, blah. And they send them out and they meet the women's team. And they're like, wait, what's going on here? And make the guys get dressed up, and the women destroy them like in every way possible until the guys are finally like, okay, we're walking off the field. We're done. It's absolutely wonderful to watch. And if you watch this, you can see the talent is there. I am so proud of this Italy team and what they're doing. I have intentionally stayed quiet on social media about it because I've been enjoying it. You guys have witnessed some of my my freak outs on the back channels. I don't know if the world is necessarily ready for that on the public side.
Sometimes it may be good.
Sometimes it may be good.
Sometimes it may be.
Yeah. So, but I'm thrilled. I'm if they were to go out tomorrow against China, I would still consider this to be a wildly successful tournament for them. I think they're going to advance. My heart is pulling for this Italy team, though. I'm 100% invested. If you are an Italy fan and you are not watching our ladies play, I'm calling you out right now. And this isn't some kind of social justice thing. These ladies can flat out play. They play aggressively. They do not care. They tackle just as hard. They are 100% all in on their challenges. They play with their hearts on their sleeve. They can attack at will. It's a beautiful thing to watch. I'm 100% invested, guys. I'm going to Italy over China. I'm going to say 2-0. Italy's going to win tomorrow. That's where my gambling side has to go, and the heart have to separate.
Your juice box side, sir.
Juice box side says that it's going to go 1-1 into extended, and then Italy will win on penalties.
Italy has only been to the knockout stages of the Women's World Cup one time, and it was in 1991, the first event, and they lost in that one. They'd only been back to the tournament one other time before now. It was 1999. That's what's so amazing about this team for me, and it's such a well-rounded team. I mean, it's mostly from Serie A. You know, it's a league that is growing. It was a very competitive league this year. But Bonanzea was a player that grabbed everybody's attention at the beginning with her goals in the match against Australia. Girelli and Giuliano are two midfielders who are just immense in creating chances and creating opportunities. This is a really good team. It's not one player leading them. It's not they have a special, couple of players. It's just a really well-rounded team, and they play good soccer, aggressive soccer. I like it.
Yeah, and in the back line, Saragama is somebody who you need to keep an eye on. Bonanzea up top, I mean, she isn't the ultimate poacher. If it's left out there, she will find it. She will, it's going to be a shot on goal.
Paulo Rossi-esque.
Hey, look, I'm happy to say that. I don't mind saying that. But if you're looking for a team, an underdog story to get behind, this is the one. My question is on Bartoli on the outside. If Bartoli can keep her composure, I'm okay. I think this team can get by. She normally will defend very well, but she can be pulled into some reckless challenges. And she will go off on the official without question. So I'm hoping Bartoli keeps her calm and handles herself quite well. But I think it can happen. I believe in my
Women's
squad.
World Cup, we've gotten the Italian update from Nick that we've been missing. We haven't heard anything about Jarrett Smith's Scotland team from Jarrett directly, publicly. We need thoughts, sir, on Scotland and Argentina in that epic match.
Scotland is the most Atlanta country when it comes to international soccer. Without the abundance of talent in the modern era. They haven't dominated talent-wise like you are used to seeing some Atlanta teams do, but if you want a team that's going to hurt you for all the wrong reasons, how does a 3-0 loss sound? How does a 3-3 draw that knocks you out of the World Cup sound, when it's like, you're up 3-0 in a game you have to win and you look good doing it. And then not only do you lose out by the draw, you do it in the best way possible. You give up a penalty, you save it. But your keeper's off their line. This isn't just going to hurt. It's going to hurt, and it's going to leave a scar. And it's probably going to get infected. And there's not really what you can do with a couple rounds of antibiotics that are going to fix it.
Just ew. That was an analogy.
Wow.
Yeah, that was kind of gross.
Well,
you wanted an analogy, you got it, man. I mean,
but here's the thing. Here's the concern that I have. Right, the concern is this. I
got denied Kim Little in my life, and I'm mad.
Well, I'm with you, but I'm also mad because Scotland started playing some stupid games. Right, we're going to shield it. We're going to call the official over. Oh, hold up, wait. Tell me again how the line rule works. I can't go over here. Okay, player 2 shield some. Okay, good. Player 3, go over and start harassing the player who's about to take the penalty. When that happened, I was like, okay, all right. I can't deal with this. So your ladies kind of irked me a little. I'm all about the dark arts and gamesmanship, but it kind of went a little nuclear for me there.
When it works, it's brilliant. When it doesn't,
but you got to take that. I was going to say you got it when it works, and that's great. But when it doesn't work, you gotta sit there and take it. And Aaron Cuthbert wasn't having any of that steady cam trying to come into the huddle after the loss either.
Nope. And how we went back and forth on this, y'all. Like, look, Argentina deserves all the credit in the world. They really do. Because they could have easily laid down in that game, and they didn't. And they deserve every bit of credit for that. And Scotland deserves every bit of criticism for falling apart. I still don't know why the ref called that game when they did, because I'm with Jason. If you let extra time play out like it does, Argentina's probably scoring again, and they're going on to play in the round of 16, because Scotland was just done. Like, they were mentally done.
Well,
that's all I have to say about that.
Wow, that was. It was very crazy to watch as I'm getting updates on my phone. I'm like, wait, hold up, what's happening here? Wait, another goal, and.
Oof. I went into I had to go prep for a presentation with somebody at work, and I was in the middle of doing that. When I walked in, it was 2-0. I was like, oh hell yeah! And I walked out, and like I sat down at my desk and checked my phone and turned on Hulu, and I saw the penalty get lined up. I was like, you gotta be kidding me! And you just go read Scottish Twitter when that happened. Like, the pundits are just like, yeah,
that was a dark place.
Is it anything like Newcastle Twitter today?
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was. It legitimately was a bunch of people like, well, Scotland for you. I mean, Jason, you talk about in the past, and we've talked about this many times, that Atlanta sports mindset. Mm-hmm. Buddy, Scotland's got it. Scotland's got it in spades.
Oh, yeah. John with the segue, because we've only got John for a few more minutes, so we've got to get into England and Newcastle.
It just means more.
Raggy.
It means something.
England is absolutely the SEC of all of this. It just means more.
Yeah, and the word of the day is raggy, as we learned, because Newcastle was being a bit raggy with their tweet this morning that Rafa Benitez will be leaving the club at the end of his contract. John, you want to update everybody on Newcastle being a dumpster fire?
Well, let's see. Noun, raggy, Geordie, Northern English and Scotland. Derogatory, a violent or aggressive person. Second definition, a tantrum, an angry mood, often as throw a raggy. So, end of the contract.
Did they throw a raggy, or were they being raggies? What do you think?
I think probably wouldn't both apply, both the noun and the verb. What do you call it? See, now I've lost my English. And that's not the first time that's happened.
Can I go ahead and skip ahead in the story, because like I'm reading tweets and like trying not to scream on the mic.
So scream.
Tweets. No, I don't want to do that, because I don't want to blow my own ears and anybody else's ears listening. But
true, bad form. Understood. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Something come through earlier today about a certain person being considered for the job. And all I'm going to do is read a tweet. And just, if you can imagine, my brain exploding and melting out of my ears,